Hey Gemini, welcome back to another round of weekly readings. I hope you've all been well. No announcements this week, quite honestly. Um, just one thing, if you guys could do me a solid and just let me know if the volume is too low on the video. I'm using a new mic because I broke my old one. I did listen to Capricorns just now. I just finished recording theirs and it was actually pretty loud. So I'm hoping you guys are getting the same sort of feedback on that and can just turn it down. It's a lot easier to do that than try to max it and still have low volume, right? So yeah. Other than that, let's get started. I had the Knight of Pentacles jump out during your pre-shuffle, so we'll see if they show up here again. Um, Five of Wands is on the bottom as well, so I don't know if you've kind of been through it with someone or something. Ten of Cups coming out here first with Knight of Wands on the bottom. So it could be that you are finding some happiness with someone who's very adventurous, who's very passionate and outgoing. Oh, we've got the Four of Pentacles here beside that Ten of Cups. All right, let's see what the rest of the cards are before I go rambling on too much about any one thing. One more card, please. At least one more card. Give us a direction for this week's reading. Gemini, if you're enjoying these videos, please be sure to like them. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that as well. It just really helps get the channel out there and keeps it up and growing so that I can continue to do this. There's honestly, like, I'll be honest, there's been a big dip in subscriptions in the last probably 2 weeks or so. I have no idea why. So anyways, super helpful if you guys can hit that subscribe. Again, only if you're really enjoying it. One more card here, please. One more card here for our Geminis. The Two of Pentacles. And who's this peeking over? The Three of Wands. Okay, I'm not going to take that one. Let's just see what this is. I think you really like somebody, Gemini. I think you feel very strongly about somebody. They make you very happy. You know, this is kind of like your happily ever after person, but they're holding back, and this is leaving you wondering what's going on, okay? Because look at that energy. We started out really great out of the gate, and Four of Pentacles here is just somebody, again, not to me releasing their feelings. And I know it's, you know, it's not a Cups card and stuff, but this is intuitively what I'm drawn to this week here. And so I think you're kind of going back and forth trying to decide, what is this about? And there's some tumultuous emotion in the background of this, and kind of feeling like off kilter for you. With this, sorry, it wasn't Three of Wands, it was Two of Wands on the bottom. It's like you're looking for answers. It's like you thought this was your everything, but it's not going as you had hoped or planned, or this person's not being really open with you, and it's leaving you feeling like you're waiting. Okay, so let's hear a little bit more about this situation here. Let's get some more information. Yeah, exactly. It's like with the Chariot here, this one always speaks to me about lack of movement. Okay, so the stage is set, everything's as it should be. You know, things are lined up, things are going really well, but then it stopped moving. Got the Sun on the bottom of the deck. Again, just reinforcing, I think, how this relationship makes you feel with this person. I'm getting the feeling that it's possible that this could be a newer relationship for you. I don't get the sense that this is one that you've been in for quite some time. If it has been like a newer relationship, I get the feeling that you fell for this person really fast because you've already gone up to the Ten of Cups from the Ace, right? So if you've been with this person for a little bit longer, they've suddenly just stopped being forward with you. Like there's something there you feel like they're holding back on you, and this has kind of left you thinking like one minute you might be feeling things are good and the next minute not so much. And so again, this kind of leads to this rocky emotional state. I mean, it all looks great. Like there's no reason why they shouldn't be moving forward. So I think this person's got you pretty confused actually, which is kind of sad. Yeah, the World here. The World and Queen of Swords. Honestly, if this person doesn't start being a little more open with you, you're not going to stick around. Okay, we got the Death card on the bottom, speaking of change and transformation and moving on from something that's no longer working, in addition to the World card here, which is all about a cycle wrapping up and then starting a new one. I don't think that you're scared to start over. As much as you like this person and stuff, it just feels like you wouldn't hesitate to move on, to cut this person out. Or at least say to them, we've been, having a good time and everything like that. What's the deal, sort of thing. So either open up and start having a little more, whether it's clarity of communication or whether it's just consistency in communication. Um, yeah, I think you're wanting something that's just a little bit more grounded. The Queen of Swords is your energy there. That's air energy. And it really speaks of telling somebody the truth, like being quite frank about your feelings and not being a jerk or anything like that, but just kind of telling it like it is and laying down the law, if you will, which I don't know that this person would care for. I feel like they might be an earth sign or have a lot of earth in their chart, or just be one of those people that can shut down really easily, is the impression that I'm getting. Let's find out a little bit more about what's causing them to hang on so tight to things and to not open up to you, or to hold back communication, or commitment even. For a lot of you, it could be a version of commitment with those pentacles, right? And this is leaving you wonder, where do you stand with them with this Two of Pentacles, okay? It's interesting because I don't get, like, there's, aside from that Four of Pentacles, there's not a lot of negativity in this reading. And so I think, again, if you communicate clearly with them, okay, they could be a Cancer or have some Cancer in their chart. Let's clarify that Four of Pentacles, please. See what the scoop is on holding back here. The Tower, Temperance, and Six of Pentacles. And then we've got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So it's possible that either this is keeping you up at night, which I kind of feel here with this Two of Pentacles. It's possible that this could be keeping you up, or perhaps it's your mind getting the best of you. Like, perhaps when they pull back a little bit, it's not a matter of them not caring for you, or nothing to do with that, but maybe are they a really independent person who isn't super expressive, who maybe needs some time to kind of go back inside their shell, especially if they are Cancer. They've got Cancer, strong Cancer in their chart, right? They might need some of that time to pull back and recharge. But with the Tower, Temperance, and Six of Pentacles here, you've got some more majors coming out. I feel like this person in the past, they were in a situation where there was a struggle with balance. Like, they got burned really badly in a situation where there wasn't equal give and take, or perhaps they gave too much right off the start. And so there was that lack of balance there, because both of these cards speak about balance. And I know they're not in the reverse, but intuitively, because it's coming with the Tower card, I just get this sense there that there is a history of that. And so it causes this person to kind of clam up and freak out a little bit. Okay. So in essence, it's really got nothing to do with you and everything to do with this person and their stuff. Okay. I'd like to ask what this person's intentions are. What are this person's intentions with Gemini? Nine of Pentacles with the King of Swords. More Gemini energy here. So we have a pair. It's possible that you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. Someone of your own sign. Sorry, just a moment here. I almost see this conversation taking place. I see this conversation taking place between you and this person. I think you're very much the same. I think you're probably both straight shooters that don't mince words. And I think if you actually were to confront this person and have a discussion with them, it's interesting because look at she's facing him, right? So she's seeing that there's a problem. I don't know that he necessarily sees so much of a problem, but I think the answer that you'd get from this person is they appreciate their independence. They don't like to be tied down, or they don't like to feel like they're tied down. And again, you may not be doing anything with this person that makes them feel this way, but because of their past, because of wounds of theirs that need to be healed, they could take any sort of advancement that they're not ready for as a threat to their independence. You know, this is somebody who has made a very good life for themselves on their own. The Nine of Pentacles to me is always, not always, but the majority of time is a single person who's kind of built up their own wealth, who's got a comfortable lifestyle, who doesn't need other people to fulfill them, you know. And so I think that what you would get from this person is, you know, I just like my independence, okay? And so, you know, they might hopefully not gaslight you and say, you know, you're too clingy and stuff like that. Because I don't get the sense that you are clingy at all. I think it's just you trigger this person in some way, shape, or form. There's also with the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, there's almost like this energy of this person is sometimes their own worst enemy because they might be really hot and heavy out of the gate. So really like jump into that passion and, you know, intimacy and that sort of thing potentially. And then they again freak themselves out because then they worry about losing their independence. They worry about equal give and take in a relationship, that sort of thing as well. So I think this person's honestly their own worst enemy in some ways. Um, it's pretty straightforward there. How about some advice? Let's get some advice from the Moonology deck today and see what's the score. I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter to Gemini today, Gemini, not necessarily on purpose, but just so that I can get through all 12 signs. I don't know that it'll actually happen today, but because I did miss last week, I'd rather everybody get a little something, and then that way I can focus straight away on the next week ahead here as well. So, all right, let's see what advice the lovely spirit has for you today, gems. Nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, mutable. So you are a mutable sign, so not surprising. We do see these stormy waters here. It's interesting because I always talk about that chariot being set in stone. Like those wheels don't look like they're moving anywhere. Certainly not with those two guys laying down, right? Um, but just I'm just feeling and hearing that you just need to let go a little bit. You just need to let go a little bit and just give this person time and just loosen the reins a bit. I don't know that the future is certain here, like what's going to happen, but certainly being that it's not yet set in stone, you know, maybe this person will come around, maybe they won't. And that's going to depend on you too and how much you're willing to tolerate. And maybe it's just not a match. Communication is key. Exactly. The two of you need to have a chat about this. I talked about that earlier, so let that be confirmation. Meditate and contemplate. A new romantic cycle begins. So I think, you know, for yourself, I think that you do need to take some time away yourself and think about what it is that you really want with this person. And do you want to endure this? You know, I'm not saying that they're a bad person and you should leave them or anything, but if you're not able to handle this and they're not willing to work through it, again, if this reading is resonating, if this doesn't make sense for you, this is not your reading. Then you know you kind of need to go to your corner and be like, okay, what is it that I really want? What does this person mean to me? What am I willing to put up with? What am I not willing to put up with? Okay, and I think this person may also, you know, benefit from taking some time to going to their corner and spending some time meditating and contemplating on why they feel the way that they do. But communication is first and foremost here. Listen, if people were just honest with each other and just spoke the truth right off the bat, there wouldn't be this need for uncertainty and wondering what the heck is going on, right? But we get our egos all hung up in it, and we're scared to make that first move and ask somebody, like, what's the deal here, right? Or that person's scared to communicate the truth because they don't want to hurt the other person. So a lot can be resolved and even prevented right off the top by just having open, clear communication. And honestly, if you can't have open, clear communication with a person, especially someone that you feel this way about, then what are you doing in that relationship to begin with, quite honestly? Okay. A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra here. So, definitely this does indicate that potentially there is the possibility that you can bring this relationship into balance again. This person can balance their emotions a little bit better, not so hot and cold, and that the two of you can kind of start over and do things maybe in a more healthy way. Open up those channels of communication and just being upfront with each other, especially if one person is feeling suffocated or whatever. I think if they can just say that out loud, then you can deal with it from there, right? But if they're shrouding it, it really leaves you in this energy of like, what's going on? And that's not fair. That's not a fair energy to leave a person in, for sure, especially if you're pretty upfront, which I get the feeling you are, Gemini. I think you just like it laid out. So, which is interesting because the King of Swords would like it as well. But again, I think they've got some wounding here that they need to deal with in order to come into their true King of Swords power, sort of thing. So, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Like I said, if you did, please be sure to leave a like behind, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.